Memorial Day weekend. We were cleaning up some things in the storage facility and we stumbled across an old engine. It's a 351 Ford Windsor from a 1984 F-150 that we took apart probably 23 to 23 plus years ago, maybe. It's been a long time. We brought it back to the shop and we're gonna see if we can get it running. Here she is in all her glory. It's a 351 Windsor. We got some mud flaps on the top there to keep rain from getting in it. It's been here about 4 days ish. See, missing some things here. I don't really remember what the ignition is on this. Maybe Duraspark 2. We got the bell housing, that exhaust. But let's get that mat off of there and see what we're dealing with ignition wise. I know I got spare parts all over the place. Hopefully we got enough to get this thing chugging along. $2 ratchet straps knotted up. More. A lot of people wanted to know what carburetor is in this. I don't even remember. That's chrome air filter. That's salvageable. Two barrel. Oh, what's going on there? Took the old sparkulator cap off here, and something's not looking too happy in there. That's supposed to be attached, and we got some broken pieces here. So this, whoa, that's definitely not gonna work. Rotor button stuck on there. Oh, it says this weird dual pickup. It's got a lower and an upper. Just so happens, if you look up here in the archives, that right there is another 351 Windsor that I did not want to throw away from the estate cleanup. Let's go see what that one has with it. I see a distributor cap. Distributor cap, plug, and distributor hole. Carburetor. Fuel pump. Spare water pump. Don't think we're gonna have a distributor. Well, that's a bust for now. We need a new spinny thing up there. Got ourselves a few minutes in between the rain. Let's see if we can get in here and see what these old spark plugs tell us. We gotta get those out, spray a little lube around in there, put them back in, see if they tell us a story. A little carbon sooted up, or a little rich. That ain't nothing to be scared of. Same story here, carbon sooted up. Pretty much like the other two. Same story as the first three. Some lubricant, since this hasn't moved in over 20 years probably. Put a little lube in there so the cylinder walls are nice and lubricated before we start cranking on her. Your old friend PB Blaster here. Just probably not needed, but there is some little bit of corrosion in the cylinder walls. Hey, wait a minute, that's a Champion. Who the hell did that? Auto lights. Auto light. Motor crafts. A little wide variety. At least these first three are Ford brand. This one, I don't know, maybe somebody couldn't get to it in the engine. got your heater box right here. Got us a breaker bar here in the front. We're just trying to give her one full rotation, make sure everything seems kosher, and move that lubricant around a little bit in there. There's a half. There's a full. Let's go around one more. You can hear the compression in the cylinders. Everything sounds pretty good. Hopefully if there's any rust or any corrosion buildup in there, that lubricant, maybe the rings were a little sticky, that helped loosen up the rings and scrape any of the goo off of the walls from sitting for about 20 some odd years. Now we got to get in here and address this distributor issue. What you gotta do is get down in there and peel out this bolt that retains our old distributor in there. Oh no. Got some crap that we didn't plan on falling down in there, fall down in there. We're gonna have to get that out. Ah! That wasn't planned. Blow the top off before you pull the distributor out. So this sweet ride here, what we're gonna try to do is try to get this gear off. This dries right on the camshaft. Try to get that off of there. You need to see that because it was a cluster. We took the pin, the roll pin, out of this gear for the distributor. This gear rides on the camshaft and we took the roll pin out. So it's kind of a crap show. You hear that? That's part of why we're taking this apart. We got bad stuff up in here. Now we're gonna go into the press and try to press this gear off of the shaft. There we go. Other than flipping the press arm all the way over, that's exactly what we wanted. The cap off and all this junk out of the inside. Rotor button's no good. I think we tried to take this off in the past, and that obviously went up there, but there's a spring-loaded jobby-do here that holds it on, that's inside. Gotta take the distributor shaft out to get that off. Alright, so now we got our bare distributor shaft and housing, and what we're going to do is we're going to use this as an oiler to pre-lube the engine before we start cranking on it. Right back down in here, we're going to grab a hold of this with the drill and we're going to lubricate the engine. Too big for my big drill. I think we had a T-bar that went down in there. Spade bit here that was smoked already, no good. We broke the tip off of it and the vise, just bent it. Sticker in there. Now we're pumping oil. Suppose it would be worthwhile to check to see if there's any in there. That's not cool. Around, but I don't know what's in there, how much. We kind of kinked the dipstick tube over the years, moving it around, and well, the dipstick doesn't want to come out.
Straightened it out a little bit. It was bent inside the tube. Let's see if we can feed it back in. Starting to rain on us again. We're gonna have to call this a quit. Cover this bad boy back up.
Good news, bad news. We were able to get the dipstick jammed back in there, and she's definitely got some oil in her. I don't think it's that over full. It needs to be down here somewhere, but it's got oil and it's not full of water or anything. And yeah, I think we're good to go. I think we just stuffed it in too far. We got a pinch spot on the dipstick tube over here. Somewhere right around in that region right there. Doesn't want to let these twisty goo spots go through, so definitely got some of the lube juice in her. We gotta get that shoved in far enough to get the cap back on. There we go, just like new. Counterclockwise. There we go. Building oil pressure, lubing the engine up. That should be plenty. Let's see if we can't get a battery on this beast, get her to kick over. Okay. Yeah. Now we got some juice flowing. Cranking over really good. Let's see if we can't find that top dead center. Took out number one. I'm gonna hold my thumb over and try to bump it until it pushes my thumb off. There we go. That noise means we're at top dead center. Or just a little after. Supposedly all we have to do is give this thing power and it'll work. Now this came directly from a far, far, far away land, and this whole thing was like 55 bucks. So, will it work? I guess it doesn't really matter which one's number one. It's got electronic pickup. It's got electronic pickup on it there. I guess it really doesn't matter which one's number one, as long as you put it on there accordingly. At least your spark plug wires. I think you'd want your vacuum coming out your front. We're gonna call this one here number one. Sounds good. I'm gonna mark it before I forget. 1/2 inch short. See if we can take this up 1/2 inch. Okay, we're still engaged. Okay, yeah, more than 1/2 inch. We're still engaged in the oil pump. Good to go there. We don't want to blow her up. Okay. As you put it down, it rotates as it engages with the cam gear. Okay, yeah.
go there. Back in and give ourselves power and fuel, and we should be good to go. Have a battery connection there. We need wires on top of this. Professional grade crimp here. Let's see if we can't get that on there. Not sure why I didn't do that first, but you know. These are kind of handy, these little spring clips. Okay. So we hook up this red wire to positive on the battery, and that should give us spark up here. All we need to do is get plug wires. Spark plug wires from a Mustang. Let's see if we can't get this old girl to fire up. We got a little bit of the good stuff, this high octane 2-stroke fuel. Fill the bowl up, I think. Get a little splash in there. Close your eyes and let's see what happens. Stand back. We did it! It didn't even crank over like a full revolution. That is awesome. Super excited. Listen to this old girl run. 20-some years setting. Wow. Let's fire up one more time. Here we go. I'm just so tickled with that. This thing we took out of an F-150 way back in the early 2000s. We kept it as a spare, and she still runs, and she runs pretty darn good, seeing as how all we did was put a new distributor in it, hook up some power, plug wires, and she popped right over just like that. Wow, that makes me really happy. Probably gonna send this one on to a new home, because we have 2 other 351s also in-house that we don't really need or have a home for just now. Super excited. That's awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody.